What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about the rumors of Halo Infinite being pushed yet again till 2022. Talk about the, rumor of them potentially dropping the Xbox One version, all that kind of stuff. Before I jump into it, I actually want to do two things. One, I want to promote the Twitter. Podcast Now 15 is my Twitter handle. If you guys have not yet followed me there, the link for it will be in the description below. Tend to give you guys early updates as to what the next videos are, and also a different way to engage with the community. And second thing, I do want to kind of just protect myself in the back, because with a video like this, you know you're going to get people, especially even people that do not like me, that are going to come after me. So I should say this, okay? I'm a Halo fan. I'm getting Halo Infinite. I've been in support of Halo Infinite for a long, long time. Does not mean I can't be critical on it. Does not mean I can't have concerns on the game, but I do want to, make that clear. I'm not anti-Halo. I'm not anti-Microsoft, not anti-Xbox, but this game is worrying. And look, I know that they confirmed to IGN, right? That was the newest report, I think, yesterday or the day before, that that's not happening, that's not a true thing, that they're not going to do that. But let me, hear me out here, okay? They've said that before. In fact, they said that before just a few weeks ago when the rumor was, now remember, the rumor was that multiplayer wasn't going to be ready for the launch, okay? So that the game would still launch with the Xbox Series X this fall, but multiplayer wouldn't be ready. Now, they came out and said, that's ridiculous. That's such a lie. And, the person that started that rumor got a lot of flack, got a lot of hate online because of that. But then guess what? That turned out to kind of be true. So hopefully that person was apologized to from anybody involved, in a negative way, because honestly, they were right. Look, and because again, even I think Phil Spencer or somebody even inside Microsoft had said, yeah, they were considering, or 343 was considering having only the single player and trying to cut out certain parts of it and maybe have the rest of those parts come out later to try and get this game out for 2020. So they were trying to force this game into 2020 is basically what I'm saying. Now, since that point, we've gotten more rumors that the TV show is becoming a huge, not just distraction, but also problem, where there's a lot of assets going that way. There's also a lot of reports that, look, with a AAA game, you normally do have outsourcing, okay? If you have a huge game, oftentimes, yes, it is the main, there is a main developer, but then they outsource a lot of different parts of the game, sometimes it could be cutscenes, sometimes it could be different modes in the game, whatever. It's obviously, based off the situation, based off the game, but they outsource it. So they give it to different studios and they work on it and they all collaborate. And that's normal. In fact, even with Naughty Dog, right, with The Last of Us Part 2, you saw it. I mean, they had a lot of studios with a lot of people working on the game. It wasn't just Naughty Dog, like the team at Naughty Dog that made The Last of Us Part 2. It was many, many more people than that. In fact, I wouldn't even say they made up half the team in all that made the game, okay? So it's normal to do it, but rumor has it, for Halo Infinite, it's extraordinarily bigger than what it normally is, that they're having even more outsourcing stuff, and they're running into problems with outsourcing. So, again, these are all rumors, these are all leaks, these are all things that, as I always say, I literally always say it, take it with a grain of salt. You have to take these things with a grain of salt. But look, again, just because they confirm that the report of them going to delay it again isn't going to happen does not mean at all that that is correct, okay? Firstly, game developers, game publishers, people in the gaming industry, they lie all the time. Sometimes, I shouldn't say most times, sometimes it's to keep secret, like good secrets, like they don't want to spoil something like fun in the game or about the game or something like that, right? And sometimes it's for business, perspective, that they just don't, they're not going to tell you certain things because they're not going to mess with the business aspect of all of it. So you really can't take almost anyone on their word in the gaming industry, okay? You really can't. So, would this be a problem? I think absolutely this would be a problem. This would be, honestly, I don't even know the words to say, but I wouldn't be shocked if that happened. I want to believe that Halo Infinite will release in 2021. And look, even with what they were saying when the game was shown off, okay, the gameplay was shown off, and even what I said afterwards was, hey, it looks like more Halo to a lot of people, even people, in my audience, right? There's a lot of people that enjoyed it, okay? There's a lot of people that thought it was a pretty solid thing. They, again, saying more Halo, like, that's fine. I personally wanted to see a jump, okay? I wanted to see something different with it, and I know people will say, like, well, people have wanted different things for Halo for, years and different, variations of the game, and then when they get it, then they complain. I get that. You can't please everyone. I completely understand that. But remember, one of the main things was also just literally how the game looked, okay? Like graphically, the game did not look up to snuff. They said they were running it on a PC build of the Series X version that was just a few weeks old, so it really shouldn't have looked all that bad considering the game is going to come out in 3 months. Remember, I had said that. And then when they came out with an official statement recognizing that the game did look bad, and they said, okay, we're going to fix this. And I said, well, is 3 months enough time to fix something like this? The answer was no. But the question is there more to be fixed than just, like, are they even done with this game? You know what I mean? And by the way, I am not like petitioning to have this game come out sooner rather than later. Ultimately, I do complete, like 100% back the message that they've said with Halo Infinite. Firstly, delays are almost always a good thing. Okay, a game delayed is probably going to be better than if it would have came out in the version that it was, when it was supposed to come out. Like, it's just, you're going to have more time to work on it. You can fix things. Maybe you can add brand new things. Look to like Watch Dogs Legion. I mean, that game isn't out yet, but even they had admitted and they said out loud, the game was delayed a full year, but that gave them time to implement all of these new things that they flat out did not have in last year's version of the game, and now they do. So delays are very good, okay? The thing is a business perspective for the Xbox Series X, and look, I hear people when they say, well, the Series X doesn't rest solely on Halo. Like, what's the Series X with and without Halo? I honestly do feel like it's a lot, though. Yes, you're going to get the Series X for its power. Yes, you're going to get the Series X because your friends are getting it. But in all reality, and it's just in my personal opinion, if you don't agree with it, it's completely cool. I understand. And again, this is a place that I hope we can all coexist, even if we have differences of opinions. I buy systems for the games. That's just me. That is just me. If you don't agree, that's totally cool. I buy systems for the games. If it doesn't have any exclusives that speak to me, and I do say exclusives because if they're third party, you can get them anywhere. If they're exclusive, then I can only get them on Series X. That's why I would get a Series X. I will get a Series X for Fable. I will get a Series X for I will get a Series X for Halo Infinite, okay? I'm going to do that. But without Halo Infinite, why are you getting a Series X? You could still have your reasons, and I'm not saying those reasons are wrong, but I feel like there's less reasons to get it. I feel like less people are going to get it. I don't have any stats to back me up there. I just think that this delay is going to hurt it. So, hearing that the game is maybe not even going to come out in 2021, but maybe even pushed back later, I mean, that is catastrophically bad. Now, again, like I was just saying, it's okay from a delay perspective, I don't want this game to come out in a garbage state, right? I'd rather wait to have this game come out in its best state. And also, when you think about what Halo Infinite is, well, we know Halo Infinite is basically like the hub for future Halo for the foreseeable future. Okay, they're probably, in fact, I will guarantee it myself. I mean, I guess I can't physically guarantee it, okay? But I would say we're not going to see another Halo on the next gen, this Xbox Series X, okay? This will be the one and only Halo game. It'll last for 4, 5, 6 years, and then we'll get a new one for the next Xbox console if we get that far. That's what I think. In fact, they've already kind of said that. They've said they don't plan on making another Halo for a very, very long time, and this game is supposed to sustain like the Halo ecosystem for years on end. In fact, those aren't like word-for-word quotes, but that's almost exactly what they said. Okay, so again, when you have a game like that, you definitely need to do it right? So I mean, you have to come out of the gate swinging, and it needs to be a solid product. Otherwise, if it comes out, it's garbage, it's terrible, nobody likes it, and then you expect it to hang around for years, well, then you've basically done Anthem or Fallout 76, which I'm not saying this game is that. In fact, there's absolutely no way it can be that bad, but you don't want that, right? You don't want Anthem to come out, it to be garbage, and say, well, I mean, we were planning on having this last for quite a while. Well, it's like, well, nobody cares. Everybody hates it, right? So why would you want to support that thing for years and years and years? So that's what Halo needs to avoid. It's a really tough spot. Again, I get delaying it. I get the fact that they need to get this right on the first try. I'm not, again, petitioning for this game to come out tomorrow. I'm not saying like, I'm not laughing at them and saying like, this is just hilarious. I'm honestly not. Maybe years ago I would have, maybe if I was caught up in the console wars, which some people will say that I still am, but I truly am not. I mean, I feel sorry for Xbox Series X, and I feel sorry for Halo Infinite, and maybe that statement right there is what's going to get me in trouble, but I mean that in a genuine way. Like, like I'm sorry that Halo Infinite can't come out this fall. Even from like from me, I wanted this game. I was going to get this game day one. If it released November 13th, I was going to get it November 13th, okay? I was ready to go. So I'm disappointed, I'm sad, and then also when you look at just what's happening, I mean, look, you don't have to believe everything you hear, and you probably shouldn't, right? Again, there's a lot of liars, and even when it comes to leaks and rumors, people pretend like they know stuff. But the game sounds like it's in genuine, critical trouble, okay? And when you hear things like this for a game, most times it is true. People aren't just... In fact, it's even getting me worried about like a game like Dying Light 2, which I want to believe isn't in trouble. I want to believe is fine, but we've had all these rumors about the, inside Techland, and, we haven't seen the game in over a year, and there just seems to be a lot going on there. So when you constantly compound these things together, it starts to become more clear that, yeah, maybe there is an issue. Halo Infinite, we thought there was an issue. Okay, we've heard things. The game got delayed. Or first, we thought that the multiplayer was just going to get delayed, which would have also been really bad. If the game came out and it was only the single player, I don't think that would have been very good at all. In fact, I think that would have been a disaster. Actually, that could have been a bigger disaster than delaying it. So, again, they delayed it. And also you had the graphics issues. Then we've heard, again, TV show is causing issues. The game may not even be ready in 2021. The game may actually drop its Xbox One support, which the whole point of the Series X and the whole point of Phil Spencer out there talking is that you can play these games anywhere, and for the next several years you're going to be able to play these games anywhere you want. But at the same time, maybe now they're dropping it, which, by the way, would be very, very hypocritical of them to do. So that would, by the way, be very, like, I would maybe laugh at that, because that's just from a personal standpoint of talking and promising something. That is not right. That is something that you should be called out for, and I do kind of want to talk about that in a future video. But there's a lot going on. Again, I know I'm going to be seen as an Xbox hater. I know I'm going to be seen as a Halo hater. At the end of the day, I'm not. I do respect this franchise so much. I grew up with this franchise. I'm going to get this game day one. I'm just very, very worried about it, because at this point, I don't even know if it's coming out in 2021, right? If it does, fantastic. If it doesn't, well, look, they're going to have a fantastic 2022 over at Xbox, right? With Fable, with this game, with probably many, many other games, maybe Gears. They're going to have a lot of exclusives in 2022. But what about this year, this fall, and what about next year? You got to come out strong. You can't come out 2 years later and then start strong. I guess you could, and I guess you would probably end the console cycle strong, but you wouldn't be starting it. Okay, so guys, let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Are you worried about Halo Infinite? Do you see it how I'm saying? Do you think that maybe there are some really big issues going on over there? Let me know. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed to this YouTube channel, Podcast Now. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. And if you guys want me to keep talking about Halo Infinite, I can definitely do that in the future. I definitely want to talk more about the Xbox Series X, about Halo Infinite, about all that kind of stuff. Make sure you guys are following me on Twitter, Podcast Now 15, and I will see you all on the next video.